All right. Hello, everyone. This is Lisa with IVF Manifesting a Miracle. And today we will be talking with a dear friend of mine, a soul sister, Shaelyn Christiansen. Hi, Shaelyn.
Hi. Thank you for having me. You call me Shay, don't you? Right? You call me Shay?
Shay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can address me like that to everybody. That's fine.
Oh, well.
I'm so excited though to be here.
Thank you
for
for
chat with you.
joining me for a soul sister conversation. So,
yes, per usual.
In the infertility community, the women I'm serving, and although you haven't gone through infertility struggles yourself, you became a mom pretty early on at the age of 20 and then had another child just a couple years ago. And one thing, I just really admire about you is you have this like old soul about you. You have this quality. And I know it's even grown stronger since you've had your little girl, Lila.
Oh, yes.
What about, yourself and kind of your journey in becoming a mom?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to. And I want to take it a little bit back. Lisa, I don't know if you know this about me, but I began watching little kids and getting paid for it when I was like 8 with my sister. And then when I was 11, I was getting paid like $20 an hour to watch toddlers. I've just always had a knack for littles. And then life circumstances would bring me to things happen. And I basically kind of became my own mom when I was about 11. I lost my mom to circumstances and lost her as a role in my life. So then I got to cherry pick and kind of decide what I wanted motherhood to look like for me. So this motherhood journey's been long. I've been reparenting myself for a long time, and I started a lot earlier than a lot of other people do. And so fast forward to 19 and pregnant, barely just missed that MTV cutoff for their TV show, darn it. Although because of my youthful appearance, people challenged me on that. And, and I was determined to have this wonderful experience of motherhood, but more importantly, to raise a beautiful human, despite my age and despite what other people said, because people were not kind to me. I would there's times I stuck my hand out to shake people's hands and they wouldn't shake my hand because they were maybe in their 40s with the same age kid as me. And I was looked at as less than. So I don't know, that just feeling inferior as a mom, it gave me this soft spot that opened me up to that land. Turns out every mom feels that. Who knew? But for their own unique reason, right? There's this inferiority, and part of that comes from just being a woman. But then you add the responsibility of motherhood, and it just opens up this big Pandora's box that was highlighted for me at a young age because I was young.
Yeah.
And maybe if you know me, I use pain points. You wanted me to bring this up. A quote, it's tattooed on my leg. Scars are souvenirs we'll never lose.
Say that again for everybody.
Scars are souvenirs we'll never lose.
And I didn't know that was tattooed on your leg.
Yes, it's a giant tattoo on my leg.
We learn, but when I read that, it kind of struck me because women who are going through infertility challenges, I mean, there's a definite scar there. You have physical scars from a lot of your procedures, shots, all that. But the emotional scar, it always stays with you. And I really believe, we've earned those scars. They're part of us. They're part of you forever.
Right. And then the next question is, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
For me, I turned it into a beautiful decade of motherhood that my son he's an exceptional human being. He's 11 and he's exceptional, and he's been so easy. He hasn't talked back to me in 6 years, Lisa. I don't do discipline issues. I don't have any issues. And for me, I'm not gonna lie, there's a part of my human side that feels good that all those people, my family and other like people in my community who
Mhm.
didn't think I could do it because I was 19. Guess whose kids behave better than yours?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Guess whose kid respects them more than yours do?
Yeah.
So I might have been 20, but I wasn't messing around. That little boy means the world to me.
Yeah. You have such,
So yeah, I just like I took the scars and I turned them into souvenirs that I could gift my child
that's amazing.
with. And that right there, if anyone gets anything from this talk, I think it should be that's what you do with your scars that you got from this journey,
For
is you
sure.
turn them into souvenirs that you're going to gift your child
Hmm.
and your family.
And I think these, gosh, how do I say it? But I mean, just when I met you, it was about 2015, and we met through a women's group, a really awesome book club that I wish was
Yes.
going on. We were reading personal development books and met through socials. And I was just kind of at the
Okay.
start of our fertility challenges. And you were just really impressed me, and kind of, we became friends pretty quickly. And you helped me get in that space of trusting this was all going to work
Mm-hmm.
out. And like, why would it be any different? Why wouldn't it not work out? And I just remember kind of hanging out in my backyard and having that conversation with you, or talking on the phone, and you just kind of snapped it into me, like, oh shoot, are you there?
I'm here.
Got a call, and I don't know how to get back onto Zoom. Oh,
That's okay. I'll wait
here we
here
are.
for you.
I apologize. Life.
It's okay.
But you helped me just really get in that space of trust, believing this is all going to work out. I believe at the time when we talked, I had one embryo waiting for us, and we only the whole time had one healthy embryo. And
Mm-hmm.
I just really am grateful to you for kind of opening my eyes to the
Mm.
bigger picture of that, So,
You're welcome.
and we've
That was
talked, about seasons, and this is a season actually we're in, I would say. Maybe you would agree with this coronavirus, and a lot of people are experiencing the darkness, and others are choosing to focus on the light and what the gifts maybe are in this time period. For a lot of women who are struggling through this period of darkness, can you kind of speak a little bit about this being a season and maybe what it means to you?
yeah, sure. That's something. So had my son at 20, fast forward, I get pregnant with my daughter at 27, and I'm like, I went from like ignorant to spirit junkie mom in about 5-6 years.
Yeah, you are. Anybody that
And
look up Shaelyn, it's spiritjunkiemom.com. Talk
and you can figure out what that means for yourself. But
more about that a little bit, but yeah.
so a lot changed, and something that I embraced is this idea and realization of like our society drives this linear plane that we just like are supposed to go 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 and abundance and have everything all the like everything is all the time right now linear, and that's look around, that's not how the planet we live on works. Everything in nature works on a cycle, everything, except the humans we're trying to like literally defy nature by not acknowledging that we live in seasons. And so there's societal, there's world, and then even on an individual level there's seasons. And for women, as we know, we're on monthly cycles.
Right.
But it's not like that. Doesn't I was taught that just meant like I bled once a month and it sucked, and it's and it's kind of shameful. That's what I was programmed with.
Mm-hmm.
And also when I look around, that's the program that I see, and that's being like reflected back towards me, when it's the exact opposite. There's so much more. And to just wrap it up quick, there's a spring, summer, fall, and winter. Us women experience all 4 seasons in 1 month. The winter is when the bleed would happen. So for women that don't bleed for whatever reason, you still go through winter.
Mm-hmm.
Your hormones still change. You're just dealing with a different level of hormones now.
Right.
But we still need to acknowledge that there's a time for rest. There's a time for harvest. There's a time for all these things. Right now, It's like, what season do you want to decide it is for you? Is kind of what I feel like
No, there's the day, the month, no. But
because for me, yeah, I mean, it's like, and men actually, I've heard this, the masculine operates on a 24-hour cycle.
interesting.
That's why they can ditch things quicker on multiple levels. We stew on things a bit longer as women because because our bodies are magical and they were made to have babies, and that's the cycle that needs to happen in order for the womb. So
Yeah. And I wanted to talk a little bit too
yeah,
about feminine energy, that magical quality. We want to get in that space of.
I hear little footsteps. Can we pause a minute?
Yep, I'll pause it. Okay, so we're back. No, but we were talking about the feminine energy, and you live this in the way you live your life, really tapping into the feminine. Can you kind of share with women who, maybe in this struggling period of the waiting and kind of this dark period where a lot of their cycles have been canceled? I know you haven't been through infertility, but I know you have a lot of insight and advice on how we can tap into that energy of the feminine.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, there's still, I imagine there's a process to all of the infertility, right? And there's a process to everything. And it's like almost all of us, the one thing we have in common is like, we've kind of been told that a lot of our processes have to be on hold.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it's really illuminated the things that we don't have control over, which is kind of terrifying. Yeah. But what can be empowering is with that illuminated, we can also see what we have control of.
Exactly.
We have control over our thoughts. And people, I mean, this is coming from someone I've recovered from depression twice, and I will preach this forever. We can choose our thoughts, and we can choose our feelings, and we can choose our state of being.
Yes. Amen to that.
Sometimes we have to do it moment to moment. Not day by day, but like some people, and I get it right now, some people have to go moment to moment.
Very true.
And there was moments even for me, like I feel like a spring chicken right now. Like even before all this stuff erupted, I was coming out of my own winter, and we are coming out of physical winter into physical spring, into like a spring within myself that, at first I like kind of felt like then I got put on hold. I was like, no. What are things I have control over? Like they can't put my relationships on hold. They can't put my, my practices, my rituals, like there's so many things. They can't put my learning on hold, so
for a lot of women right now, what the theme is hope. You can't put hope. I mean, hope does not go on hold. You always will have that hope.
And that's another, I have a hope tattoo as well.
You do? What?
Yeah, it's actually, for those that don't know, this Superman symbol is actually, it's a symbol for hope on planet Krypton, is actually what that symbol means. Whoa. And so I have that tattooed on my back, and above it says somebody's hero, and that's like a thing between my brother and I.
That's very cool.
Yeah, but just a stamp of like being committed to bringing hope to humanity, and we have control over that. And we got to focus on what we do have control over.
Exactly.
Ooh. Mental, emotional, confidence, and communication. Those were 4 pillars of like skills that I recently learned, like 4 things that I can control and that I can contribute to, regardless of what season I'm in of life. My mental body, my emotional, my confidence, and my communication skills.
Love that. Thank you for sharing.
So, yeah.
Well, you're speaking my language. I believe there's so many things we can control in this process when things feel out of our control, and you're exactly right. Like tapping into the mental, the spiritual. There's a lot more that we can control. Um,
Yeah.
Something you and I have chatted about is letting go of resistance. And,
Mm.
I'd love to hear your reflections on that and kind of breaking down the walls of resistance and how it applies
Yeah.
to your life.
I say, well, okay. How it applies to my life daily, my word. Well, I want to bring up how, I don't know, my discovery of resistance in the IVF world,
Yeah.
potentially, that it feels like a sensitive subject because there's still like so much about that world that doesn't make sense to me because it's a blend of like, I feel like nature and science, and
Yeah.
I don't know, and each circumstance is unique, and I would hate to throw a blanket over it and be like, that covers it all, you know? So I don't mean that, but Lisa, I had shared with you that since I was a teenager, it always blew my mind that there were these perfectly capable, wonderful people out there wanting to have babies and they couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
They were having to either adopt or go through the
Mm-hmm.
IVF.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very same time, there's legit women in prison, high on heroin, giving birth. I have chills. It still blows my mind. So I just like, I need to like give that, like, it blows my mind still. And I have a theory. It's the only thing that can remotely make any sense of that
Okay.
to me.
Okay.
And it's that the women who are going through IVF or adoption have been told by white coats, and I'm calling them that because we give doctors a lot of power. We give people in white coats a lot of power.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when they say your body can't do this, people take a white coat's word over God's. And they believe that their body so there's who knows what people have been told their whole lives about what they're capable of or not.
Right. Beliefs are a big foundational.
But in this instance, people have been told that they can't have babies. My mom was told she couldn't either. There's 3 of us. I don't know how it all works. I don't know. But what I do know is that the women who are on heroin in jail don't have any resistance about having a baby. They're not even thinking about it. They haven't been programmed that their body can't have they haven't been told that. It's not even on their radar, which means if it's not on their radar, there's no resistance. They're not constantly drumming, I can't have a baby. I can't have a baby. What's wrong with me? I can't have a baby. You will create what you think about. And if you are constantly thinking about, I can't create a baby, you won't.
Yeah.
That goes for baby, money, love, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
You won't. Because you won't allow yourself to.
Exactly.
Free will, we are gifted it. You're welcome. Happy birthday.
And I think, some people may think God, source, the universe, it's that spiritual element, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tapping into
Yeah.
letting those walls of resistance down and just having faith and
knowing that wherever you're at now can lead you to a baby. So if that's in the middle of a paused IVF journey, because we're in the middle of a coronavirus, never happened before pandemic, give yourself a little grace.
Exactly.
Give the whole system a little grace and know that it can still happen and that pathway is still possible for you.
Exactly. No, thanks for sharing your reflections on that.
Yeah. Again, I get a little scared too because I don't want to step on toes, but I also feel like it needs to be said.
No, I know there can be a lot of frustration, and I felt it too going through, infertility challenges. Like, why everyone around me is getting pregnant, or why is it so easy for them? And women wait longer, or maybe you wait till you find the right partner.
Oh yeah, and then
established in your career when you're ready, and then why was it so hard? Yeah, so I can relate to feeling kind of that frustration of like how easy it is for some other women, and I do think there is an element to kind of the thoughts we're thinking for sure, and feeling empowered. through this ride, trying to stay in that
Yeah.
full place and keep moving.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
I love your website name, spiritjunkiemom.com, and it was
Yeah, thank you.
by Gabrielle Bernstein. You and I both really
Oh,
appreciate her
yes.
and like her work. And I read The Universe Has Your Back. Her book was really powerful. I was reading that during IVF, and
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah, no, I just
Cool.
and she too has had her own fertility challenges. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Yeah. Yeah. She was like her own greatest testimony because she had already had the books out and had thousands of followers and all this stuff. And then she realized, like, oh, I'm so resistant to having a baby. I was being so controlling. I was being so, oh, even Gabby B gets blind spots, like, oh.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
She has a really cool story.
Yeah, and the work you're doing now. I know you used to have a podcast, Changing the Conversation, and that was pretty powerful. And
Yeah, that was
projects.
a fun project to do while I was like pregnant and stuff, and I didn't want to be on video, honestly, that much. I feel like pressured to, and so I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I shifted towards YouTube and doing the vlog thing. And I've been having a lot of fun, like editing the videos and adding music. And with my podcast, I never edited it. I just uploaded it and shared it. And so that was like fun. But
yeah, and something I found on your website, you have like a soulful, what did you call it? Like a Spotify music playlist to get you in that.
Yeah, yes. So that's like Spirit Junkie. I think it's just Spirit Junkie playlist, but yeah, it's at spiritjunkiemom.com, Spotify playlist. And I love, again, I'm going to say this without trying to step on toes. We'll see. I love worship music, except I love Christian music. Worship music is like real Jesus-y, and I don't like that. I have a very unique personal relationship with Jesus, and it's not the kind that requires me to like almost chant his name through music or anything like that. So it's like Christian music, but not too Jesus-y.
No, I love it.
And just always like can get me like, just feeling like activated, and I can dance to it, and I feel empowered, and I feel worthy, and I feel like a loved child of Source. And so that's what I've been listening to. Yeah, every day for the last 3 years, I danced my baby to those songs, and I was pregnant. Like, again, the programming and what we're listening to, and
well, love you as a soul sister.
Yes,
like
thank you.
Just have really enriched my life, and I'm so grateful. Like, our daughters are so close in age, and
that virtual play dates are a thing. It's fun.
I love it. I think we need to keep continuing that. I mean, who knows how long this will go on for as far as the virus, but
right, but squeeze
we can
one
connect
more
in a lot of different ways. And so for women,
totally,
extra support, I just want to let everyone know that I'm here as a support to you, and we'll do more soul sister conversations as well as the clinical conversations I do with my fertility doctor. And message me at Lisa at IVFmanifestingamiracle.com. I have a YouTube channel there, and Instagram, just kind of all the links there. But here to support you. And Shaelyn, I just love ya.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, for doing what you do. I love the combination that you provide for women going through IVF. It's unique and needed. So,
thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes. Keep it coming.
We'll talk soon. I love you.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
Bye.